from the entrance for that reason. And when we got all the wax out, the client cited the famous movie, The Great Escape, hence the name, The Great Escape Earwax Removal. So the earwax here is quite dry. We're near the entrance. You can see there's a lot of dead skin as well, keratin, and that's characterised by the glossy, shiny, reflective appearance of the surface of this lateral wax. And you can see I'm really giving it a good tug, a good wriggle here, just to detach it from the canal walls. And we had a clear wax training course today, and I know the guys are going to be watching the video. So guys, this is the tragus technique we're deploying at the moment in the left ear. And it's quite stubborn wax, and the ear canal entrance, although it's not as narrow as the patient's right ear, and you will see that in a moment, it's still a bit tricky. So I brought it forward. I'm just using an ear hook now. And I'm just trying to get in and behind this plug of dry wax. We're going to detach it from the posterior, so the back part of the ear canal, and slowly bringing it forwards, extracting it out of the ear. With an ear hook, you've got to be careful when you embed it into the wax that you don't stab the hook too deep into the wax, because the risk then is when you're extracting the hook outwards, is that you catch the bottom of the ear canal and you can cut someone's ear open. So you can be really gentle with the ear hook. So again, guys, that's the tragus technique. So these are for the clear wax delegates that we've trained today. And with this patient, I was able to use the tragus technique. And slowly but surely, we're just bringing this forwards. You can see it's enveloped by this dead skin. That's the glossy, light brown appearance around the outer surface, the shell, if you like, of this plug of wax. There's quite a lot of wax in one ear as well. The patient is themselves quite surprised. They do come every year, and upon attending this time, they said that they don't think it's as bad as usual. They know that it is getting blocked. They can feel as though it is slowly getting impacted, but they were pleasantly surprised when we removed all this. You can see it's quite dark, it's oxidized, it's quite dark in appearance. Slowly but surely, we're just manipulating this in and out. You can see the movements I'm making with the suction probe. We get a suction grip, and then I'm moving it left to right, up and down. I'm giving it a little jiggle or wiggle, whatever you want to call it. I'm just teasing it out of the ear canal. This is quite a long piece. You can see the base of it's a bit softer. The core is a bit more mushier, but the outer bit is a bit more drier and more firm and solid. There we are. There's the patient's eardrum, nice and healthy. Guys, a bit of surface wax around the edges, it's not going to kill anyone, it's not going to do anyone any harm, it's natural. So we're just mopping up near the entrance, the cartilaginous portion, because that's semi-sensitive. We can put a bit of pressure on there, so it's not going to be uncomfortable. So this is the patient's right ear. You can see I've had to stretch the ear open. So again, for the clear wax delegates, we're in the right ear. We stretch the ear canal open, first of all, by using our hands to lift the pinner back and up to straighten it and widen the ear canal entrance. We then insert the endoscope into the ear, position it on the posterior canal wall, just past the first bend where the hairs are, stretching it to the left, and then we look into the ear and safely insert the instrument. So just use a bit of suction there. And I've just got in with an ear hook, but the ear hook kind of dissect it. There we are. So just at the base of the ear canal, and I'm just lifting it off. You can see just how narrow that ear canal is. It is really closing upon itself. And every time I bring this wax forward, it detaches from the main body of the wax, because the plug of the wax is larger than the entrance, you see. To give it some muscle here, just to bring it forwards. It's a long strand. Again, it's a lot of dead skin as well, a lot of dead keratin. Again, when you see things that are glossy and shiny, almost plastic in appearance, you can bet your bottom dollar that is more keratin as it is to earwax. You see these little circular motions I'm making with the suction probe. Again, just trying to tease it out. So we've got a fair bit of wax out, but still a huge piece here. This is the big boulder. And I think eventually I'm going to use a Jobson horn to get in and behind the plug of wax and then bring it forwards. I think you now know what we mean, what the patient meant about the Great Escape. Some ears, they're just anatomically designed in such a way where they're not friendly for earwax to naturally migrate out the ear. So in most people, about 90-95% of the population, the wax naturally comes out of the ear. So the wax is secreted in the ear by the sebaceous glands, which secrete an oily, lipid, fatty substance, the same oily substance we find on our scalp. And it also is made up of an oily sweat, the same sweat we get in our armpit, and dead skin. And all these components, these three ingredients together form earwax. And the wax sits on the surface of the ear canal, and what's coating the surface of the ear canal is a layer of epithelial skins. It's an outer layer of your skin. And as the skin dies and sheds in the ear, it moves sideways out of the ear like a conveyor belt, which then naturally takes the wax out of the ear. But in some people's ears, they're just anatomically not in favour and doesn't promote the natural migration of wax. And this is one of those ears at the entrance. So I've just gone in with the Jobson horn, bringing it forwards. Again, even with the Jobson horn, similar to an ear hook, we've got to be careful. When we bring this Jobson horn upwards and away from the ear canal, you've got to be careful we don't stab it too deep and catch the base of the ear canal, because that can cut the canal and cause some trauma. So just go slightly further in with the Jobson horn, but we're still in the cartilaginous portion, probably the outer third. So wherever possible, I try to avoid using the hook or Jobson horn on the bony, sensitive part, the inner 2/3 of the ear canal. Just see how dark that is. It's really, really dark. So we've got the occlusion out, eardrums visible. So it's just a bit of wax here, because it's loose, it's in the cartilaginous portion, just going to suction this out. And there's a bit deeper, and because it's easy for me to get, I'm just going to hover over it. And if it comes, brilliant. If not, we stop straight away. So this is a bit of skin, it started to clarinet, so making a loud high frequency squeal, so we're just left that. Again, just going to hover over this, and if it comes off, brilliant. If not, we leave it. So probably going to leave that last bit. And lovely healthy eardrum, so I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. In a moment, you're going to see some still images as well. Well, not still images, some close-ups of the plugs of wax I removed. Take care, and I shall upload some more movies and calling the movies on it, videos, so should I say, in the next few days. Take care, bye.